Hello everybody and welcome to Stone Void. I'm Jay Phillips. Joining me as always, Patrick Collins.
Hey.
It's just us today, just chilling here, talking about all the spoilers, all the new stuff that came out, which is super awesome. I don't know if anybody saw the stuff for the Van Gogh spoilers since they finally launched the rest of the stuff on their site. We're not going to be covering it today, but they did bring back really cool things like Demon Flame we're going to get for another year.
Yep.
We got these really cool mana elves that are probably not going to see much play, but they are really cool. Yeah. I would love to see them do something, even though they all died to Tama.
I think there's a lot of interesting cards in the Vingol set. Yeah. I think it's a 6 set.
I think this is going to be an awesome set for new people and old players. And allegedly it's sold out everywhere, although that's not completely true. We actually found that some distributors are actually still have quite a few of them left, but they're not releasing them all to everybody right away, which is kind of an interesting thing. I don't know if they're trying to slow down the market for them and increase demand. I don't know. Can't really say. But either way, pick them up. I know that there's a reprint of them probably going to be hitting as well. Yeah. But super exciting. Love this set. But I think even more so is I love all the cards from this new
from the new block. Yeah, the Return of the Dragon Emperor.
Yeah.
We've already seen 2 spoiler articles. We're already pretty excited.
Yeah.
Like I remember last set we were introduced to Faria, and we were kind of like, well, this is okay. But I mean, the rest of the set ended up being pretty good with Fox and Soul and
so far, we'll get into them, but these rulers just already strike me as a power level above what we've been seeing, except for the only other thing that I can really, that felt like, oh, what can I do with this was Fox.
Yeah.
And then ultimately Fox didn't have too many tools in his arsenal to play with. But just looking at our first card for the spoilers, which I'm just going to show you guys.
So we have Kaguya, Tears of the Moon. She is a wizard. She has a judgment of 0. Play this ability only if a treasury item was put onto the field this turn. We have Energize for blue-green. She has an ability for 0. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a treasury item, put it into your hand. Play this ability only during your turn and only once per turn. So it's not a broken ability like Reflector Frame where you can just keep on just doing.
Can I do this during my opponent's turn?
No,
it's only during my turn.
During
so it's not like R&R. However, her ruler abilities, this is where I started feeling more R&R-esque. She kind of, if you want to go ahead and read it.
Oh, for the J ruler side?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Kaguya, Millennium Princess. She is a moon princess. As long as you control 3 or more treasury items, this card gains barrier. Rest a recovered treasury item you control. Target J/Resonator gains -200, 0 until end of turn. Rest 2 recovered treasury items you control. Produce blue or green will. Rest 3 recovered treasury items you control. Draw a card. Rest 4 recovered treasury items you control. Return target resonator to its owner's hand. Rest 5 recovered treasury items you control. This card becomes a 1500 with flying until end of turn.
That's a lot of abilities for a ruler.
I haven't said it yet. She's a green-blue ruler.
Yeah, and an insane one at that. She mana ramps, even though that's... I'm not exactly sure why she needs to mana ramp, other than you want to try and flip her.
She has other choices other than ramping.
No, I know, but it's just trying to go down the abilities one by one. That's already an insane one. I don't know, what do you think about her in general?
I mean, when I saw this ruler, I'm like, oh, sick. Like, this is an interesting ruler. She has no attack or defense. Mm-hmm. And she can turn into something with attack and defense, which I think is the first time we've seen a ruler do that, where they're, like, naked, and then you can do this certain action in order for them to become a creature. And it's 15/15. That's humongous. With flying, like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's huge.
She can definitely finish a game for you.
All her abilities are really good, so I guess like my concern is like how good are the treasury items that are playing?
That is the only real problem.
Yeah.
And if they're anything like the last treasury items that we got, they were never really anything great that you wanted to play necessarily.
Yeah, Rover the Fire Rat was the only playable one, but that's because aggro is so strong.
Bahamut was insane, and that was being played in decks that weren't her. So that I don't know if that one necessarily counts.
Yeah, but just all her abilities, it sounds like an exciting card. If it's not going to be meta playable, it's got to be like one of those rulers people just love playing with, kind of like Allosaurus. You know,
Yeah.
He was kind of like almost there, and he had a very fun, unique playstyle to him. If she just doesn't make it, I bet she'll be along those lines. Like, she'll be very close. But, yeah, who can tell?
No, and a very important card to look at is going to be her stone.
Her magic stone. So these rulers are still getting magic stones that kind of share their powers or whatever. So we got Kaguya's Stone of Sorrow. If your J/ruler isn't Kaguya Tears of the Moon or Kaguya Millennium Princess, this card enters your field rested unless you pay 300 life. Treat this card as a water magic stone and a wind magic stone. It can produce both blue will and green will. And this ability is when this card enters your field, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order.
So this is very much like the this is a really good effect, first off.
It's not scry.
No, but it allows you to maneuver the top 2 cards. It almost is. What card do you want to draw next is basically...
I mean,
you can continue keeping one card down.
Comboed with Hydromonica, it becomes scry.
Right.
Like, because then you know what the top 2 cards of your deck are, and you can use Hydromonica to put it at the bottom. So, obviously, this stone combos with Kaguya's ruler side, where you pay 0, and you draw the treasury item off the top of your deck. So it's a free draw. You know, if you see this stone, you know, you get to look at the top 2 cards, and then you're like, hey, neither one of these are treasury items. I'm just not going to use her ability this turn to reveal what I got coming up. So, I mean, obviously that's a given to your opponent, but at least you're not showing him what the card is.
Another reason why I like this stone is this is also another stone that we can use with, of course she hasn't seen any play in a while, but the other ruler that always allows you to look at the top card of your library.
Xion.
Yeah, you can kind of do this with Xion to just shift around that card to set up the top of your deck.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of helps her out a little bit better.
It's definitely not as good as her own dedicated stone.
Yeah, but that her own dedicated stone isn't a water magic stone, which is pretty relevant in most cases. So we're going to go on to the next card. We have Miracle Millennia Medicine. This is one of our first treasury items we're going over tonight. It is an addition treasury item. Banish this card. Target up to 3 non-magic stone cards in a single graveyard. The owner of those cards shuffles them into their deck. So it's kind of like a weaker horn. Unless I'm thinking
an incredibly weaker horn.
Unless I'm thinking too naively about this.
I don't know where this is anything other than a 1-mana treasury item for you.
Yeah.
If you really needed a 1-mana green treasury item.
I think the next card we're going to go over is a better one-drop treasury item.
And if you're running short on treasury items, this one has you covered.
Yep, we have 1 blue for a water kimono of 12 parts. It's an addition treasury item. You may have up to 12 copies of this card in your deck. It's got bestow, tap, so no mana will to tap or to spend to just attach it to something. Bestowed Resonator gets plus 100, plus 100, plus 100 for each water kimono of 12 parts bestowed to it. When this card is bestowed to a Resonator, if you control a Resonator and 12 water kimono of 12 parts bestowed onto it, you win the game.
So 2 kimonos is plus 4 at that point?
Yes.
So this stocks really, really fast. This card is...
Then 3 is 9/9, then 4 is 16/16, then 5 is 25/25.
And this is, if this is the only good treasury item, at least I think this might be able to see some play. I don't know if she's going to be necessarily a, playable deck, but this is at least a card that kind of shows us that there's always going to be at least enough treasury items for her to play with.
Yeah.
Even if it is just one card.
You're more than likely not going to win with the 12 all out. I mean, you get so big so fast even with just 5 or 6 of these. Yeah. Like, you should win the game at that point if your guy is that big. But it's definitely not a terrible card.
No. It is a... That's so weird to think that you'd have to draw into 12 cards, basically, to get them all out as well.
Well, I mean, maybe it is a viable option if there's a way to cheat in these treasury items, like in a rapid way. But I really doubt they would do something like that, though, because they would become a broken deck if you could just easily attach these all to some stupid one-drop.
But I'm guessing we will see some use of it. In some form. But they don't want to make this too good, for sure.
I made combos with the Kaguya from the last set, the green-white one. Whenever addition attaches to her, she untaps. And she already has flying. So it's kind of... This could go into that... Yeah, they could go in that infinite attack combo deck with her pretty easily.
Sounds kind of fun.
Okay, so the next card we have is... dang it. We have the First Moon... 1 green, 1 blue, addition moon / treasury item. Both of those are very relevant. Other additions you control cannot be destroyed. When this card becomes rested, target resonator gets -200, 0 until end of turn. I think this card's awesome.
I enjoy it particularly because the elderly can even read it.
Yeah, it's got huge ass text.
I'm guessing because it's just a play on the fact that it's the full moon. But sure.
I think it's really cool. Of course, everyone's talking about if you have 2 of these, then none of your additions could be destroyed.
Right.
Like,
don't we have something that already gave your additions barrier, though?
Yeah, it's a dude, though. Mm-hmm. It's a blue dude.
No, yeah, and you can just kill the guy.
He's pretty easy to kill, I think. I think he's only like a 3/3 or 1/3 for 1 mana, or maybe he's 2 mana. But I don't know. I don't know if he goes in this deck or not. He might be... Additions might just be important enough to where you're like, he is an auto-include, but we have to see... We have to see what else is going on.
This one itself seems a little lackluster, though.
But the next card?
No, just the moon. I don't know if the moon's gonna...
Really? I really like it.
I'll have to see what this deck looks like.
It's gonna come down to the treasury items. Okay, so next we got the super rare of the spoilers, Mystia, Manager of the Treasury, green, blue, and colorless for a 500/500. She's a were-rabbit. When this card enters your field, you may search your deck for a treasury item, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, you may put a treasury item with total cost 3 or less from your hand into your field. I don't think she does enough.
No, she's definitely not a card that I'm looking forward to.
I think she should have been a rare. I don't think super rare status. Unless there's some treasury item
or 2 mana
that is just broken.
Yeah, 2 mana, and I might look at her a little bit more.
Yeah, 3 mana and for I'm just 5/5 that you kind of want to die is like not.
I'm as I'm reading her text, I just kind of tune out as a 3 mana.
Yeah, she's not too exciting.
No, I think we just go ahead and move on to the next one.
Okay, and the last card, we have Glistening Chick, 1 green, 1 blue for 500/500. It's a Resonator that has a treasury item type and bird. He's got flying, and whenever this card becomes rested, you may rest target Resonator.
This card is kind of amazing.
I love this card.
This card is...
I'm glad you like it too. Because I read this card, I'm like, this is a common. Is there something I don't understand why this card is bad? It has flying.
No, it's amazing. And when it blocks, it rests another Resonator.
Yeah, when you use the J-Ruler side of Kaguya, when she taps this down, you tap something else.
This card is amazing on its own. When it blocks, if you for some reason end up attacking with it, it's going to get in over if they only have 1 flyer. sure, it's small, but it does so much.
Yeah,
and it then also, yeah, like you said, taps for her abilities. This card, I think, is a card to pay attention to if Kagi is a thing.
Yeah, if Kagi is a thing, this card's sick.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
this card has some potential just in casual play to be like pretty wonky.
Yeah,
like, it feels very control-y. The card does.
Oh, that seems fun.
Okay, on to the next set of spoilers.
My personal favorite.
Yes, we have the red-green ruler, Priscia, true Beastmaster. She is a human beast ruler. Judgment for just red and green. Energize for red or green. She has Resonance, Fire Magic Stone. So when a Fire Magic Stone comes into play, target Resonator you control gains Swiftness until the end of turn. And she also has Resonance, Wind Magic Stone. So when a Wind Magic Stone comes into play, target Resonator you control gains Flying until end of turn. So Jay and I both were like, what? When this came out. Like...
so much so that we're already actually testing with her.
Yeah, we're already testing with her.
She's kind of just all that I wanted and more.
Yeah,
in
she's
weird ways that I didn't even know.
Swiftness and flying are both very relevant things in the game. Like this is crazy.
Now for the even more piece of resistance.
Okay, the J ruler. I need to be reincarnated maiden of flame Priscia. She's 1,000,000. And she's a Wanderer J-Ruler. When this card enters your field, or whenever it attacks, choose one. Put target Resonator you control on the bottom of its owner's deck. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Resonator, put it into your field. Otherwise, put it into your hand. Or put target Magic Stone you control on bottom of its owner's Magic Stone deck. If you do, put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into your field. And she also has a God's Art called Second Wind for 1 red, 1 green. Recover this card, J/Resonators you control, gain Swiftness and Flying until end of turn. Play this ability only if a Fire Magic Stone and a Wind Magic Stone were put into your field this turn. So, with the wording of the God's Art... Sorry, I know I'm skipping down to her bottom text here.
Mm-hmm.
Can it just be a Fire and a Wind Magic Stone? Or do you need to get 2 stones into play, one being fire and one being wind? Because, we had that weird thing with the black-blue Valentina.
Right. This is worded the way that those other things are. I would really hate to see this ability need to be a...
2 stone come into play.
Yeah. Now, as we're going to find out, that's actually not impossible, but it's a really big stretch around to do.
Yeah, because she would need to tap for a stone, and then obviously we have a couple ways to put in a stone. Mm-hmm. There's Magic Stone Analysis, there's that Blessing of Yggdrasil, there's Little Red Dying. Yeah, it's...
There's a lot of different
rough, though, but,
ways.
I mean, this makes me think that there's got to be some sort of stone ramp or some sort of ramp like an elf or something coming up.
We are going to get an interesting solution to this, one that I don't think necessarily is playable.
Well, we still haven't finished the card.
Oh, that's true.
We haven't talked. Yeah, we need to keep on talking about Priscia here.
Well, I think we can all understand that Priscia is pretty nuts.
Okay, well, first of all, if you have a Hall Resonator deck, you can just cheat out big things randomly if you know how to manipulate your deck. Or you can manipulate her stones, which are pretty sick. So we're going to go to her stone, I guess. Are we done talking about this card?
No, I want to talk about her, but I want to talk about her in addition with just the stone. Just that way we can kind of see what all of those look like. So we do have this really weird wonky resonator as well.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about the stone first. Okay, we got Memoria of Reincarnation. It is a special magic stone. If your J-Ruler isn't Priscia, the true Beastmaster, or reincarnated Maiden of Flame, Priscia, this card enters your field rested unless you pay 300 life. Treat this card as a Fire Magic Stone and a Wind Magic Stone. Tap, produce Red Will or Green Will. When this card leaves your field for a non-field zone, draw a card. Mm-hmm. So this combos with Priscia's ability to replace a magic stone when she enters the field or attacks. So you can essentially draw a card.
This is weird
and then tap a stone in a weird way.
You do see her first ability where she tucks the creature and then you put something on top in. However, if that's not a creature, or if you find a way to know that that's not a creature coming up, tucking the stone to get an untapped stone can just be the way better play most of the time.
Yeah.
In fact, in a game that I was already playing with, testing with her, I figured that I misplayed because I didn't go for the stone switch and just drawing a card off the stone going down. Mainly because I forgot that the stone drew a card when it went away.
But I mean, if you manipulate the top of your deck, just put literally the biggest and baddest thing on top and just switch it for a
you can cheat in something awesome that's really awesome.
Like, I think this ruler has potential, like, many different ways to play it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it could be this crazy cheating thing. It can kind of be this weird control-y green-red deck.
I think it really comes down to what support we get. Do we get the cheat-in support to where we can manipulate the top of the deck better? I mean, Kaguya's stone already kind of helps with that if you wanted to add in a third color for some reason. Or, which, arguably, at least it's a win, so it'd be easier to deal with. Or if there's a way to just, if you can't cheat stuff in, then is it just safer to get the free draw each time?
Yeah, Cole's telling us just one wind and fire magic. So one dual stone that counts.
So if it's one dual stone, then her God's Art is amazing. However, I do want to get a clarification on that because we did get that weird situation where it said if a
it's probably just something where we need to reread his article on the thing. But let's go on to the next card.
Oh yes.
So this is a weird and interesting card. And I've noticed something right off the bat with this card. Fiery Soldier of Molest. He's 1 red, 1 colorless, and he's a 600/600. So a 600/600 2-drop. He's a soldier type resonator, and treat this card as a fire magic stone. So does that mean he can rest for fire? Well,
or
is it just like this counts as a firestone coming into play?
I don't even know about that, honestly.
And why is it not a magic stone life form? That is the one most upsetting thing about this card. It's like we had 3 of them or 2 of them in the last set. This guy's literally like treat this as a fire magic stone, and he's not a magic stone life form. I do not understand this.
Yeah, we got rid of one of our favorite character types off of a character for magical life form, which was originally 6 Sage.
What?
The fire resonator that was originally a 6 Sage turned into a...
He wasn't a magic stone life form, was it? I thought he was just a spirit.
Was it a spirit? Either way, they got rid of that one. I'm still angry about that one.
Yeah.
However, this is just funny that we're getting something as weird as that.
Okay.
However, next up we have some of the most text on a card that we're trying to achieve.
Okay, so we have Maribel the Machine Hearted. 2 red, 1 green, and 1 colorless, a total of 4 for 1,000,000. Heroic Spirit Resonator. When this card enters your field, search your Magic Stone deck for a non-special Magic Stone and put it into your field. Then shuffle your Magic Stone deck. Resonance, Fire Magic Stone. So when a Fire Magic Stone comes into play, put a Blast counter on this card. Resonance, Wind Magic Stone. So when a Wind Magic Stone comes into play, put a Breeze counter on this card. Remove a Blast counter from this card. This card deals 500 damage to target J/Resonator. Remove a Breeze counter from this card. Cancel target chant spell unless its controller pays 1. So this is the other super rare that has been revealed so far. I think it's really cool, but we don't know if it's playable. Because 4 mana is that awkward spot. But
it's really cool.
It does a lot, though.
It's really cool, but it's so slow once it starts actually moving from there. Because then it's actually a 5 mana because you've got to get that next stone. However, with Prisya, she now has haste and flying, so you at least have 1,000 flyer for your 5 mana investment.
Yeah.
But maybe with Mana Elves, this could be more relevant. And really quick, we did actually get a small... Cole actually let me know that the card does not tap for mana, which it doesn't have anything on there, which makes total sense. However, apparently Sylvia and Blazer will allow it to tap for will because they allow all magic stones to tap for a color. So, really cool. Thanks for looking out for us on that one. That is really, really awesome.
So what? So Blazer makes us tap for red, and then Sylvia makes us tap for green? Is that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
That is so jank. That's so weird.
Maybe Blazer will get some use out of this, but I'm so far into the category of thinking that Sylvia is dead beyond belief. I don't ever see that card coming back. But we can go ahead and move on to another card here.
Okay, so we have Fiery Bird of Reincarnation, 1 green, 1 red, 1 colorless, and 800/700 beast with flying. When this card leaves your field for a non-field zone, reveal the cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a Resonator. Put that card into your hand, and then the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So
I have such a love for this card.
This card's pretty good.
It just replaces itself when it dies. It's not the best. It's 3 mana, but Flame King Shout's still a thing for right now. This is kind of one of those weird small cards where you can kill something small and then cycle it away for something else. I don't know if it's ever going to see actual play. This is just me wanting to fantasize
I like the
about
card
it.
too. I don't think it's...
I think it's amazing and limited for sure.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
want it to do something.
Obviously, the red-green is looking stronger than the blue-green so far when it comes to limited format. Because it's just so aggressive and a lot of the cards replace themselves already, where the blue-green hasn't really done that yet, other than that dumb super rare.
Yeah, it replacing itself makes it better, but I don't know if it makes it playable.
Yeah.
But it does replace it for a Resonator specifically, which is the interesting part of it. So you would just go until you find a creature.
Yeah.
So it could be relevant. I'm not necessarily sure. However, we do have...
Okay, so we're going to go on to that dual spell for the red-green. I don't know why we didn't get one for the blue-green, but we have Concord of Saints and Beasts, 1 green, 1 red, 1 colorless, for a chant with quick cast. Choose one if you control a fire J/Resonator and another wind J/Resonator. You may choose both. Okay, so first effect, we have target J/Resonator you control deals damage equal to its attack to target J/Resonator your opponent controls, or whenever a Resonator that was dealt damage this turn by J/Resonator you control is put into a graveyard from your opponent's field, you may put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into your field. So if you're already ahead and you board wipe or kill your opponent's couple of dudes, you get stones. So I'm thinking at first I thought that was a good ability, but now I'm thinking you already had to be ahead to begin with.
This is the key marquee of a win more card of I'm already ahead, so let me just win even more.
Yeah, maybe there's a way to abuse it.
The first ability is
target
a one-way
attack.
Fight, and that's a interesting part of it.
Yeah, I mean obviously that combos with the second part.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, is there anything more we can say about this card?
I think this one is a niche card that probably won't see play. But I do see how it.
Do you think it's better than the other modal spells? The pact spells? That's what they're called.
I still think the best one is the blue-black Valentina one.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that one I think has seen the most play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of them have really seen any play, but I think the black-blue got the closest.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one might do something at some point.
I think on to our final card, the most exciting card of the spoilers. We have Burning Pot. 1 green, 1 red for 700/100 machine swiftness and first strike.
I'm super stoked that machines are red-green right now. It's sure they're supposed to be blue, but now
or
all over
black.
the place. This is just really, really cool. I enjoy them.
This card's pretty good and limited.
Oh yeah, it's bonkers and limited.
But for 100 defense with Thomas running around.
Oh no, it dies to Tama, but you don't have Tama to deal with in limited.
Yeah, and it's just like if Tama wasn't in the format at all, there might have been a chance this card.
Oh yeah.
Could have seen some weird fringe play.
Right, but it is always going to see play with Tama. Tama's just never going to go away.
Yeah.
And honestly, Tama has never gone away since the start of Alice Cluster because it's always been around. It was gone for a little bit when they rotated it early, but that's literally it.
It rotated.
But that's all the spoilers that we got for this week. I'm super stoked about all of them. This is shaping up to be an amazing set right out of the gate. I think ever since the Vangolf change, like we're just seeing a really interesting power shift of the way that they're building cards. I think that as soon as
you don't think it started at the set before?
No, I definitely felt it the set before, but it
feels
cemented
real.
It cemented it when I saw the Vangolf box not suck.
Not suck.
And that was just from there on forward. I'm super stoked when they increase the card count and when everything starts changing up differently. We do have the box art for the set, which we're going to be able to see as soon as March. These are the packs. Of course, red is our traditional color.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be playing with the set in California tournament.
Yeah, I believe so too. And we've got the amazingly nice boxes that we constantly see, and I'm stacking up a million of them right back here. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But I super love those boxes. There's actually, if you couldn't hear, I actually have all my cards in these still.
What's the buy a box promo?
The buy a box promo for this set. I don't know. It's a card I don't think it sees too much play, or if anybody really likes it. It's 2 blue and 3 colorless. I mean, who plays blue?
Yeah.
Also, this artwork, man. I mean, it's so hyper realistic and awesome looking. It kind of doesn't fit most things. I don't know if this thing's going to catch on. What is it called? Hook? Captain? Yeah.
Captain
something?
Husk?
Yeah. Something from Cracker Jack box.
Yeah, there you go. He does something when he comes into play. He's a fairy tale, maybe he's a pirate. We don't quite know.
Yeah, it's myth. Weird. So let's go ahead and just move on from that guy. We do have what is going to be the playmat. And another spoiler card for the set, which is going to be
it's going to be
this one's going to be the promo for playing, right?
The promo for playing in the pre-release event.
Okay,
so that's the mat you get. You get a crazy looking Alice if you get in the first or second place, and then what is it, 8 or 12 people that get the Blazer? I think
it's 12 people. 12. So it's Blazer.
Prisoner of Flame,
1 darkness, 1 fire, 2 colorless for 1,000. It has flying and swiftness. At the end of your turn, the text on this card is a little bit tiny here.
At the end of your turn, I believe you have to remove a card
from your opponent's graveyard.
No, it's from their removed from play back into their graveyard. And if you can't, then you have to sacrifice this guy?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you guys can read this a little bit better on screen than we can right now. We're unable to actually see it in full text. But you can also pay 2 red, 2 darkness, and 2 colorless to bring it back from your graveyard, which is an interesting effect. I don't know if this card is actually going to see any play, but since we do have Lapis, he's going to be the black-red ruler, I'm guessing, again. And
he has to be.
Yes,
we have the J ruler side for him. Maybe he's not the ruler. Maybe it's like, it's Alice, and then flips into Lapis. We don't know.
I don't know.
Probably
but
not.
We did see part of his card already, so we know that there's going to be a lot of interactions with the remove area. So it'll be maybe good with that. Alasarius or whatever his name is already.
He
does
only did his own removed area though. Alasarius.
Oh right, you got to hit your opponents for this. I think this will be interesting to start removing your opponent's stuff. This will help keep down decks like Fox from being a thing, because you start moving your opponent's graveyard into the remove area. That half of it is going to be
you're putting
however you're doing it.
Blazer, you put a card from their removed area back into their graveyard.
Right, that part not so good. Yeah. But anything that apparently we're going to be able to remove.
Yeah, apparently we don't know if we're even exiling their graveyard. We haven't seen a single card.
If it's banishing people's resonators from the field, even better. If it's making them go away from the hand, even better. I can imagine this not being broken from the graveyard, and that's where they're going to take it. Also, they really hate the idea of graveyard strategies existing in this game, apparently, because any sort of resurrection decks have just been pretty much butchered at this point.
Yeah, Yamada, it's gone.
You're just not going to get there. And then
we got introduced to the new set, the fourth and final set of the Lapis Cluster, Echoes of the New World. So here's some art for you guys. We have a Lapis that looks very similar to the Lapis we got in this set. So Jay and I were kind of like, are there going to be two Lapis rulers, one after another? I mean, it is possible. Alice did it in Seven Kings and in, Twilight... I don't
Wonder?
Maybe.
Something. Either way,
whatever that box.
We also have a Zero looking to be making a return again.
Pretty crazy looking Zero.
And I think everybody just wants to see more 6Hs before we lose them to the void of the new set.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're getting Molest in this current set right now. Because it had that Fire Magic Stone reference him, and then also we had some preview art for this set, and one of them was Molest. And he had a bunch of crazy swords around him.
He could just be your spirit again.
He could just be some not even 6 Sorry, Molest. You molest people, so you're not.
It's terrible.
You're not getting your
just
own
don't.
6
Wow, that was a lot of cards for this spoiler set.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting 2 updates per week, so we're going to try and figure out how we can actually accommodate all of this content coming in. For the most part, you guys will see us here next week, Thursday, on Twitch live, which we are right now, going over all these cards. We do post these things late, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at uploading them on time to YouTube, but they will get there eventually. So if you don't want to miss anything, always join us at twitch.tv/stoneavoid. See us there every Thursday at 6:30, 7 o'clock. Totally got this time schedule down. And thank you guys for watching. I'm Jay Phillips.
I'm Patrick. Bye.
We are Stone Avoid.
Yes.